Hello everybody, my name is Jagiero and welcome back to another episode on the AfterLife SMP server. In the last episode, I built this lovely pathway up to the enchanting nether portal tower up there and this lovely stairway going down into the, well, roughly near the cave where the zombie spawner is. I'm hoping to do something a little bit strange with that zombie spawner later on. Something to do with Skulk, perhaps. And I'm telling you guys, so that I actually do it, you have to hold me accountable for actually doing it, okay? Please. Now this monstrosity in the sky over here, okay? Don't worry, this is only temporary. This is a temporary mob farm that I set up because I need a bunch of TNT, right? To attempt to blow a hole in the nether roof, nether ceiling, okay? For that, you need a load of gunpowder, so this is a good way to get some gunpowder. But also, I needed a bunch of bones as well for some bone meal. So I just set this up really temporarily. It's made of dirt, okay? So it's easy enough to take down. But we will eventually have a mob spawner, hidden by the build, the actual mega base. Mega base? Just the base. The base over the water here. And, yeah, so we honestly might stay there. And as you can see, it works pretty well for what it is. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spawning platforms. Let me explain quickly. I guess you can see that is an observer. In the actual floor there is a dispenser with a water bucket, and there is a timer circuit on the top. So every now and then it dispenses the water that flushes the mobs off. It's not actually that efficient with it being only the 5 platforms, but it works well enough for what I want. And I just have an AFK platform right at the top of this, what do you call this, scaffolding here. And if I go onto this platform here, we just have one double chest so far. I actually ran out of hoppers as well, so I can't get any more chests. But as you can see, I've only done like a few really, really short AFK sessions, and we've got all of this. So this is great. This is going to help us out a lot. Also, a bunch of string that I can use for scaffolding as well, which is rather nice. Okay, so I'm going to take a bunch of this gunpowder, make up a bunch of TNT, and then we shall go and once again attempt to blast a hole in the nether ceiling. So this is the setup I'm using. So far, it's not been very successful. But let's try, okay? If I just click that there, click that onto there, I think roughly there. I think that's facing the wrong way. It is. Oh, now that actually looked quite promising. Yes, and there we go. So now we finally have a hole down into the rest of the nether. So what I can do now is actually gather up a whole bunch of this blackstone because I need a whole lot of it for today's build. Alrighty, so materials have been gathered for the beginning of the base. I'm not going to do a whole sort of base today, but I can start it at least. And you can see there's a few blocks down there where I've placed them just so I know exactly where things are going. And here are all of the materials that I need. There's quite a lot. It's not a huge amount. Getting the deep slate was probably the worst part of it, quite frankly. Now, I've just placed these blocks here. Okay, because this is a broken bridge, but I want it to carry on with another broken side there. But I was wondering, how far can a player jump? Now, wiki, the wiki, the Minecraft wiki tells me that a player can jump 5 blocks sprinting. And that's all it says. It didn't really explain if that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or what. I can't jump 5 blocks. Not of a 5 block gap at least. Okay, so this gap here is 4 blocks and I can make it sometimes, but not every time. And that is not good. Yeah. See, that happens quite a lot. Okay. Never mind. Thank you. So I'm thinking I'm going to probably leave that to three blocks instead. Yeah, I feel like that would be a lot better because I'm pretty sure I can consistently jump 3 blocks. And this is going to be the way into the base. So, yeah. Now, whether I have another way to get into the base from the water below, maybe some sort of bubble vator thing. I don't know. We'll have a play around with that. So that is a 3 block gap. Let's try this. Easy. Dead easy. So I think we're going to leave it at 3 blocks. Okay. So the first phase of the sort of the base section of the base is the bridge. I guess first we're going to start off with this side of the bridge. So there we have the second half of this ruined bridge, and as you can see, it's very easy to jump across. The gap there, I like it. I do like the little gap in between the two bridges. I think it just adds a little bit of detail that I like. Nothing spectacular on this bridge. It's pretty much the same as that one, all kind of ruined at the top there. We are going to have another arch going across here. I just wasn't really sure whereabouts that's going just yet, so I didn't do it. I built this section at the back here, forgetting that I didn't really want to show you that just yet. So I guess you get a little bit of a preview. Let's get a better view from down there, perhaps. I love jumping off this stuff. It's great. It's just such a great feeling. Yeah, ignore that. It looks awful. In the future context, it'll look great, I assure you. Okay, so this is very ruined, as you can see. We have moss and dirt and mossy bricks and mossy cobble and what's this, dripstone, and didn't I not put, yes, some packed mud bricks and packed mud in there as well, which is great. These guys are so annoying. I actually tried them from one the other day though, so that's great. I don't have neither an axe nor a sword, but that's fine. Can I shoot you? Does it even work underwater? It does. Get out of my way. You may have noticed there was a wandering trader on the bridge at one point. I'm fine. He met with a slight accident and may have drowned, possibly. I don't know. R.I.P. Barrington, the wandering trader. Yes. These are so annoying. Let me get a better view from up here, maybe? Like so. Yeah. So, and then once again into the cobble, mossy cobble, the coral blocks, which I'm running quite low on and annoying to gather, which is frustrating. It's fine. It's totally fine. Into all the deep slate stuff. So basically mirroring this one over here, but with the addition of some more mossy stuff. Now you may notice it's floating above the water. Might do it a further bit into the water. Not entirely sure how that's going to go just yet. So this section here, let's address this. Looks awful. Don't worry about it. Again, in context of the rest of the build, it's going to look fine. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to have 3 more of these pillars in these places where I've placed the dirt there. There. I lost it for a second there and over there. 4 pillars going up on each side of this build in the center, and then they're going to meet in the center with like an arch between them. Between each 4 of them. So hopefully that's going to look pretty good. How about I actually, I don't know, build them? Okay, so there are the tops of the pillars done. Now you can see these 2 are rather high in comparison to these 2, and that's for a reason that I shall show you momentarily. Now you can see all of this mess here, okay? Ignore it. It's fine. You won't see any of this in the final build. Anyway, this will all be hidden under a floor, I guess. And these big gaps here are going to be filled in very soon anyway, so don't worry about it. It's okay. And all this, just these bricks here, they're going to be covered up eventually as well, and this dirt. It doesn't look very good right now, okay, but I'm trying to show you a sort of step-by-step what the process is of building this thing, this monstrosity that I am trying to complete here. Now, I did mention it will not actually be completed this episode because I haven't actually finished the final design just yet, but don't worry about it. It's fine. We don't have to complete everything, but as you can see, from the water already, it looks like quite an imposing structure. Yes, and it will be even better once we fill in these gaps here. Do I? I don't have a weapon on me, do I? Perfect. All right, I get the hint. Let's try and build these sections in the gaps here. And now, I've mentioned previously that I'm trying to use sort of texture and, texture and gradients to define detail. But another thing that will define detail as well is shape. Alright, so I filled in those side gaps now with this sort of shield shape. You can't really see it very well from up here, but I'll show you down there in one moment. This is going to be the level of like the first floor of the building here. The rest of this below here, I'm just kind of going to leave it, I think, maybe. I was thinking like maybe I could put some smaller farms down here. Things like, I don't know, like a mini sugarcane farm or something like that down here. Maybe. All right, but let me take a bit of a look at these sort of shield shapes from below. Oh, yes, it's looking nice. Actually, it's better from a sort of further point of view. I'm really liking this. We've gone for this cross shape here, and I've added these little extra bits to it. Just because I want to sort of move away a little bit from a traditional standard kind of Christian cross, you know. So I've also done that for the roof of the enchanting tower over here as well. So that's going to be the sort of symbol of the place. But we will just still stick to some of these regular crosses around the place as well. Now, obviously, this here looks terrible. Okay, I get that. Don't worry, we're going to hide that very soon. These stupid things that I hear. Where are you? Yes, you. They're so annoying. Do I have a weapon on me? They're so annoying. But I have managed to get 3 Nautilus shells, which is 3 more Nautilus shells than I managed to get in the entirety of last season. So we're doing really well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I need a stairway sort of to get from this top section of the pillar up to this top section of the pillar, then down again, then back up and down all the way around the building. Now this is a lovely view of the base. So from all the way back here, we're going to have to find something to build in this sort of area because I just like the view of the base from here. Now you can actually see, okay, let me talk about this. You can see how that is kind of smoothly curved up and around there, whereas the top section is not. It's looking a little bit blocky. And that's because I'm actually going to have some structures sticking up from these, and I just wasn't sure roughly whereabouts they were supposed to go, so I sort of just eyeballed it, and it's terrible. It's fine, though. That's perfectly fine. But you can see the contrast between, okay, we've got the really dark blocks, the black stone and the black stone bricks at the top there, and then this structure made with the, what are these? These deep slate, the cobbled deep slate and the deep slate bricks, just to add that extra contrast. And I really like the look of that. And it also fits in with the gradient we've used on these pillars as well, which is lovely. Now, let's go take a look at the actual steps. So as you're walking along this bridgeway here, you have an option to enter the building here through this entrance here, or go round up to these steps that curve around and upwards to each pillar. I like that a lot. This was sort of, I had this picture in my brain. That was on my phone. Ignore it, it's fine. It's probably a cat on my security cameras again. What was I saying? Steps going up. I started with this when I was first designing this build. I had the bridge and I didn't really know where the build was going to go or what it was supposed to do. So I literally just started with this curve of these steps going around to the top, and then I sort of built the rest of it along with that. And that's kind of what I'm trying to show you with doing these time lapses and separating them, and then show you the progress each and every time, because that's kind of how I built it. That is the process I went through, so you guys get to see that. Now, obviously, this looks terrible. Okay, we'll fix that. We'll put a floor in here, and this is going to be my storage room. I think that's what I'm going to do with this, methinks. And we'll have some interior walls and stuff. All of this stairways here, don't worry, they'll be edged by walls going up. And then, as I mentioned earlier on, we're going to have some structures coming up here. I think some like, I don't know what they're called. Are they called? Okay, I'm gonna call them balustrades. I don't know if they're called balustrades. Okay, there's like pillar things that go up and then an angle and attached to the building. You'll see, it's fine. And then a section here, I think around this area. Yes, this will just go straight up, and there'll be like more huge pillars going up to the top of the building. How about I stop rambling and actually just, I don't know, show you? And yes, it was a cat on my security cameras. Again. So there we are. We have finished off the top section up there with these flying buttresses. I called them balustrades earlier on. They're not balustrades, they are flying buttresses. And I don't know if they fit. I really do not know that, because they're a little bit small, and generally flying buttresses are much, much larger on a larger scale. So I'm not too sure about that, but I'm going to leave them in for now. What I might do is, instead of having them go diagonally like that, I might just arch underneath there, because typically flying balustrades, no, flying buttresses have an arch below them. That's actually part of the shape and what makes them work. It's something to do with structural integrity. I don't really know. What I do know is that flying buttress was a nickname I gave to an ex-girlfriend. Anyway, moving on. I've added these pillars here as well, and I've got these open windows through there. We'll go take a walk up the steps in a moment and show you the open windows there. Then you're going to carry on. I fell. There we go. They're going to carry on going upwards, and I think maybe you're going to have like some towers on the top of each one of these pillars, and then at the top there we'll go with a more sort of, I don't really know, like an A-frame, like a square shape with a big window in it, and then an A-frame roof, and then on the top maybe like a bell tower. That's my kind of thinking. I just haven't designed that section yet, so I can't build it yet. But I like what we've got so far. I really do. I think this is looking rather nice. So let's walk up to it from here. Now, I've already fallen from this drop several times into the bay below, so I'm glad I only made it 3 blocks instead of 4 blocks, because that would have been horrific. Okay, so I've added a little cross here. Again, don't really know if I want to go with it. It's got another cross at the top. What I want to do is, right, I've noticed that in a lot of sort of a fantasy gothic illustration things that involve religious sort of things, they basically spam crosses like everywhere. So that's what we're going to do for this build as well. So here we have the sort of pillars here that you can walk underneath, and then we have the open windows here. I might make these a little bit bigger, because in a lot of gothic architecture, windows tend to be like really tall. So I might do that instead, and I can just like lift this ceiling up a bit. I think that could work pretty well. So here we have the flying buttress again. It's yeah, maybe I should have done it right to the top. Maybe I should have extended it further out so that it sort of sticks out from the stairway there. I don't know. I just don't think it works as well as I really wanted it to.
But again, I might just arch it and just leave it. I think it's fine. It'll work once the rest of the build's done. Maybe it'll fit in a little better. This should be an arch here, a little bit more like that side. And then this will be access to this floor here. So instead of having like a stairway inside the building, you'll have to go outside and up the steps to get to the floor above. But also, this can then lead out onto another bridge to where the mob farm is. So that's going to work out rather nice. In fact, that is actually perfectly placed probably. So I might have to just leave that there as it is, even with all of the dirt that Enderman could steal. It's fine. On this section here at the back, this pillar leading up goes to where there's going to be another bridge. I lost my wording there. Yeah, there's going to be another bridge going out to another building there. And then guess what? When you go around to this side, up to the top of this pillar here, there'll be another building that way across a bridge. So lots of bridges and all these different buildings connected to them. I really like the idea of that. And as I said, we can get different farms and stuff in them. What I need to do now, I guess, is turn this into my storage room because I am sick of living in that stupid little hole in a hill.
And since that last clip, things have changed, okay? First of all, something happened. My microphone stopped working, okay? The USB interface that I used just went kaput, and I had to change it out. So it was a little while there where I could not record, unfortunately, but I've used my time wisely and done quite a bit of work on the build. Let me show you, firstly, on the exterior. In fact, let me show you in a very fancy way. If I just press this key, check it out. I now have the FreeCam mod. I've decided to use the FreeCam mod on the server. I've been against it for a little while, but honestly, it's not that cheaty. I could just fly around and show you guys things a lot easier. So, yeah, I'm going for it. All right, I'm going for it. So on the exterior, what I've done is I've changed these flying buttresses to be connected to the top now instead. They were a bit lower, and I think that's helped a lot, actually. I really like this sort of structural look of that, and I think it's helped distinguish them a little more from the rest of the build. So that's nice. I feel like that works rather well. I think that's everything for the exterior. Hopefully, let me just go back to my own body. Much better. Let's go look on the inside. I have built up the storage in this room here. As you can see, just a whole bunch of chests in a circular formation. Nothing too special, I guess, really. We've got these like arches in each corner for the storage thing. I just wanted to hide it a little more, and I like that. I think that works rather nice. Now you can see up the top, we've got all the blocks signifying what is in the current storage. Honestly, I don't know if this is enough for storage, so we'll see what happens. I think I mentioned that I didn't know what to do for the room above here, right up here. This might become more storage yet. We'll see. Not entirely sure just yet, but probably. Now, what else have I done? Let me have a bit of a think. So we've got this little cubby hole with the bed. I think I had that before. Got a few furnaces and stuff set up. We've got my valuables over here. Lovely diamonds. Not doing too bad for diamonds. Let me go show you that. Yeah, it's fairly respectable, I guess. Oh yes, over here. So we have a little thing here. Now, I fall into the bay all the time. All the time, okay? And I get attacked by these guys all the time. It's so annoying. It really is annoying. I can make a drowned farm out here quite easily. You can see I have a bubble column going all the way up to the inside of the build, and now I have an easy way to get to this level. It's great. So that's nice. That's been quite a bit of a saviour, really. If we go over this way, though, what happens if I fall into the bay and need to get up this side? It's just a pain. Okay, so I'm going to build a little stairway going down there to make that a lot easier as well. Methinks. So that's it pretty much for the building for today's episode. Now I have plans in place for the rest of the build, don't you worry. As I mentioned previously, we're going to have these columns are going to go up to the top of the next floor, where they're going to have like towers on the top of each one of them. And then this next floor will be like a square shape with some sort of design and some windows and stuff, and then a roof, and then on top of the roof there will be a bell tower and maybe, I don't know, a cross or three. Who knows? I feel like that could work though, and I've got some, like I said, I've got some plans already in motion for that. Very nice.
This mob farm needs to be moved slightly over, I think, for the next build, so that's a bit of a pain, but I did make it out of dirt, so I could take it down quite easily anyway. But it's been serving me really well so far, so I'm really glad I did that, because the getting the TNT and stuff was really handy, and then also having a bunch of bone meal was great as well. So yeah, I guess that's it for the building in today's episode, but I would like to do a little something, or rather like to show you a little something. So here we are coming up to spawn. I haven't been here for a while, so it's nice to see the things have popped up about the place. Okay, so this is the commercial district first off. So we have a few shops up here already. This is Artorvian's, Sweeney's Demon Barber Fleet Street shop. I believe you're selling custom skins and stuff. And next to it we have KB's Steakhouse. This is a bit suspicious, having a meat shop next to a Demon Barber shop. Very suspicious indeed. I hope everyone gets that reference. We have a furnace shop over here. Just ignore the monstrosity to the right of the screen. We have a furnace shop. This is a super smelter from Tinkfro that you can buy a season pass for, which is great. And over here we have an iron shop from Puffing Fish and Justin L. Now, once again, I will remind you that everyone is linked in the description, so go check out their videos for those. Very nice. We have a lovely thing, lovely wall separating the residential district and the commercial district. Okay, so through here is the residential district indeed, where we are greeted first off by a giant turkey representing our fearless leader, Mr. All Out J. Why a turkey? I don't know. I thought he was a panda. Who knows? The madness of the AfterLife server. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I was considering building around this area. Now I'm not sure I want to. Now, there's some great builds popped up around the place. We have some amazing builders on the server, so this is going to be real nice when it's all done, and it's already looking amazing. I love it. Now, I have nothing here, okay? I have not done a build at spawn, obviously. Now, I'd really... Okay. Guys, if you're from the AfterLife server and you're watching this video, please don't have sweet berry bushes about the place. They're very harmful to children and horses. Okay, I am the child. Right. Over here we have lovely build from BP, Doom, Blonde Skunk. I think that's Whitefire. Now the only reason I say that is because Whitefire really likes doing these roof overhangs that are really low to the floor. So that's why I'm thinking that is Mr. Whitefire. We have Ash sort of buried here. You can't really see it. There's a new build going up there, and I don't want to show it too much. I'm telling you, sweet berry bushes, they're a no-no, okay? No more. No more. And there's some space over here. There's a cool-looking tree over there, and I think KB has like a what do you call them? A cemetery type thing over there where he lives. Very nice. Love it. Check out KB's videos, by the way, because he's doing like something really different this season, and you need to check it out. There's a space here. Someone cleared out the space for themselves. KB's future house. Okay, fine. That's fine. But I will need to find a space to build something. I want to build something here at spawn. Not only a house in the residential district, but also something for the commercial district. Now, what can I sell? Okay, I don't really know. And I do have a mob farm at my base. It's only a temporary one, but I will be replacing it with a proper one very soon. So we could sell something from that, perhaps. Maybe what can I make from it? Bones. I could sell bone blocks again this season, like I did in season 3, or perhaps gunpowder. Now we haven't been to the end just yet. Okay, so no one has an elytra, but we will very soon. Alrighty, so maybe if I get in early on the gunpowder and rocket action, perhaps that could be a wise decision. We'll see. I have a feeling that a few of the other guys have made that decision also. Alright guys, but I'm afraid that is it for today. So, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you'd like to see more, click the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.